Hey everybody, it's Atlas Draws. Today I will be sharing with you all my contest entry for Ukulelada's spring contest. So the theme was to design a flower-themed dragon, and so I started out just by Googling some unique flowers, and I kind of just scrolled through the Google images until I found one that really stood out to me. And the bird of paradise flower is one of those flowers. So the bird of paradise flower is the one you see at the very top for my reference sheet. I really liked the colors, and I thought that the things on the head could be incorporated into the rainwing frill. Hence, my dragon is part rainwing. The other flower that you see is called a ghost orchid. I just really liked the wispy things on the side, I guess. But so she is a rainwing skywing hybrid. Skywing mostly plays into her colors, I guess, but I did just like the scale patterning on the skywing, so I wanted to incorporate that too. As you can see, I struggled with the posing quite a bit on this one. I think in total I had about 11 and a half hours into this drawing, so it was certainly a challenge for me between colors and posing. So, I'll change up the pose quite a few times throughout this little video. But, while I'm finishing the sketch, let's go into some of her background. So like I said before, she's a rainwing skywing hybrid. She lives in the rainforest when she's actually settled down somewhere, because she really likes to travel. She works as a messenger between the rainwing kingdom and the skywing kingdom, just carrying messages between the current queens. I do know that she lives after the events of book 15. I'm not really quite sure in the area, but I'm going to say that Glory and Ruby are still the queens of their respective kingdoms. So she's going to be carrying the messages between them, I guess. So in her free time, she scouts out new areas in the rainforest for Queen Glory. And she doesn't have the camouflage scales, but her frill can change color for what emotion she's showing. But she does have fire instead of venom or anything like that. Yeah, so for her design, you'll notice I have a back wing drawn right now. So that actually doesn't stay. I tried to put a back wing in at the very end, and it just kind of made things feel cluttered, or it took away from her design, I feel. So she does have two wings, I just didn't draw them both. So yeah. The patterning on her wings I got from, of course, the bird of paradise crest, I guess is what you can call it, and then the ghost orchid wisps. And I don't know, I thought those would make a cool pattern for the wings, so that's what I did. Right now I have the pose completely finished. It didn't change at all from this. She does go through a couple more design changes, this little tail wisp, I guess. I don't know, I thought it felt empty around the tail area, so I just decided to add something to that there. And in a second, I think I start outlining. Oh, yeah, but first I have to change up the leg, because I wasn't happy with it, and then I tried some other things, and I wasn't happy with that, so I just went back to what I originally had it as. Just, had to settle for something so I could move on. The sketch, I don't know, between the sketch and the colors, this design just took me a while. I also had to find a good line art brush, so that took me a couple seconds too. I decided to almost use like slightly thicker lines on the outside of her outline, and then for the smaller details, like the individual scales, I used a slightly smaller line art brush. I just thought that might help it. But most of the stuff I outline will stay the same. The spots going down her back and on her legs, like the rainwing spots, I did end up changing those. I got rid of their outline and I just incorporated them into a pattern. Let's see. Yeah, so I also added the ghost orchid wisps on the end of her wings. I thought that might make her, a bit more unique, maybe stand out a little bit more. And next I took the Bird of Paradise crest colors and I incorporated them into her rainwing frill and then also the little diamonds on her wings. I tried doing the spikes like that too, but it really just wasn't working. It kind of ended up looking like candy corn, and that wasn't really what I was going for, so I got rid of the spikes, and I ended up making them a dark gray at the very end. Dark medium gray. Then I tried to pull like a bunch of colors from the Bird of Paradise flower. It wasn't really working, honestly. I had a hard time just incorporating the colors and making them cohesive. So, eventually I tried, like mixing some colors, seeing if that would help, making them maybe have the same, like, shade, I guess. Then I kind of gave up on that, and I decided to go back to the, like, wisps, and I tried coloring those in. Those will go at the end, too. And then I don't know why I did this, but I thought, I don't know, maybe if I drop the sky wing and just make her a rain ice wing instead, then that'll help me incorporate these colors a bit better. Yeah, it did not. I got rid of the ice wing partly because I couldn't figure out how to make, like, the, quills on the head. And so I was just like, you know what? No, we're going to drop the ice wing. She's fine as a rainwing sky wing. And I just moved on from that. Then I finally found this picture of a black dragon rose. And I thought that would be really good for her colors. And, it kind of fits since it's called like a dragon rose. So I got the dark purple from it. And then I got the dark red from the Bird of Paradise. Then I wanted to incorporate some of the stripes from the black dragon rose onto her, and so I tried doing that. I fiddled around with that for a while. It honestly really just wasn't working. I tried it in multiple different variations, and I never actually found one that I liked. I played around with the wings for a little bit, thinking that might help me come up with better colors for it. But then I decided to get rid of the spots, see what I could do with just patterning. So, I played around with that some more. And then I finally settled on doing like these dots that kind of resemble stripes but aren't as like super noticeable, so that way you can still see the purple through it. I really like how those turned out. They did kind of remind me of a purple flower called the Wisteria, and that's the picture that was just added. They're like these really long drapey flowers, I guess, but that's what they kind of reminded me of, so I figured, it's a flower-themed dragon, why not take some more inspiration from the Wisteria? And it's purple, so, it also fits with the color theme. So I took a while to do this. It was honestly quite a tedious process because I had 3 different sizes on my brush, and I just went through. I did the super big ones, then I did a few more of the medium-sized ones, and then the most were the smallest ones, and those are the ones that really kind of formed the stripes. My favorite part of doing these like spots were her back legs. I really liked going around the individual scales. I thought that ended up looking really cool, and I was pretty pleased with how that turned out. If I could do something different, I probably would have honestly like used a splatter brush or something to make these spots easier, because I think it took me like an hour and a half just to do all of the spots. And then I put the rain wing spots, like their bigger spots, back in, and I just did it closer to the underbelly and the back of the legs, so that way I can still incorporate it, but it wouldn't take away from these like spot stripe designs. But after I got done with that, which isn't for a while, I went on to kind of play with the colors a bit more. But, yeah, that's almost all I have to say about the spots. Oh, I will say that, like, one of my favorite things about the spots is that they like don't really take away from her design, and that they actually add to it. And I don't know. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm just really happy with how the spots turned out. Part of me did want to make her like part Nightwing because of it, but at the same time, I didn't really want to make a tri-brid, and I wasn't planning on dropping the Skywing this late in the process. So I just decided, nope, she just a lot of spots. Then I decided to add like a gradient to the wing, because I thought it would make it like feel a bit better. And I also did the underbelly, this light lavender that I got from the Wisteria. And then she was pretty much done. I got the gray spikes done, I gave her some claws, and then I tried to do like a fadey background with that, but that's really all I could come up with. And that's her final design. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any name ideas for her, just let me know down in the comments below. And same thing if you have any ideas for what I should draw next. And until next time, this is Atlas Draws signing off. Bye-bye.